Welcome everybody to my channel. This is Nairi and this is a Native American journal for my daughter. So I put it in this material just, I don't know, just for something that she can have to help her preserve it, because it's quite big obviously. So yeah, so I used my kit in this one. You can find it in Kofi. You can find the Native American kit in Kofi, and added other things with it because it wasn't that easy to find scrapbook paper. I did a hidden spine with this one, so the strings are in behind. I don't normally do that actually, so I did a panel there, and on the back again we've got another picture from the kit. Yeah, and then we've got some beads down here which are pretty. And here we go. I mean, it's a 10-inch spine, is it, or 7-inch? I can't remember. But this one's obviously not for sale because it's for her. But if you do have a custom request, then do ask me. Message me. I've had a few people do that. And we can talk about what you might be interested in. And I can adapt size, price, theme accordingly. Yeah, so just let me know. So my daughter's always been interested in this type of look, this type of theme. So it was kind of a no-brainer when I had the kit, and yeah, I went forward with this idea for her. So this is original ephemera. I think probably this one isn't as packed full as some of the others that I've done, simply because it was for her and I didn't want to overwhelm her. But as you can see throughout the journal, there's more than enough for her to get stuck into and enjoy. And seeing as it's her first experience, I hope that it won't be her last. And she's an adult, by the way, it won't be her last and she'll enjoy it. So I've added some fabric there onto the image of the kit there, something a little bit different. Because it's such a big journal, I'll have to go backwards and forwards, I think, to show you. I've used a lot of twine in this one because of the look, the image that I want to achieve, and there's a bit of hessie in there as well, just to give it that look. Here again there's that type of tree image there. I put a little bit of 3D on there. I didn't do it all the way throughout the journal because, again, what I like to do is when you turn the page, I like there to be a bit of surprise. I don't want it to be too predictable. So yeah, there we go, just some little tags in there. Space for her to journal around here as well. She's already seen it, and I explained, like, you can do whatever you want. You can journal in it, you can put photos in it, or you can keep it and not use it. You have to make it yourself, you know, you have to make it yourself. So let me just move this material, make sure you can always see. So every tag that I have, I've tried to make different. There's quite a lot of 3D elements on this one, but I've also made sure that there's room on the back every time, especially if she wants to write a lot. I think, what can I say? So when I'm selling a journal, I'll say to someone, do you want lots of embellishment? Do you want it packed full of embellishment? And I'll price it according to what someone kind of wants. So if they want a simpler journal, then we'll bring the price down and we don't put as much in. So I'm going to say this is not like the most heavily packed, but it's not the simplest either. It's sort of somewhere in the middle, I think, I'd say. So again, this is another page from my kit here. I've edged with lace, which I often do on my journals. I often edge with lace. In fact, I don't know anywhere I haven't done that. I have a children's commission, so possibly there might just be a tiny element of the fabric and lace, but maybe not as much as this, because again, you know, it's according to the need of the client, isn't it? That the paying customers, what do they actually need it for, and what's the purpose of it? Is it a memory keeper where there's going to be lots and lots of photos put in? Is it going to be written in a lot? Is it wanting to be highly decorative with a few little bits and bobs written in it, but mostly it's there for the look and the tactileness of it? And so we go on, really. It could be whatever it needs to be. Some nice little tags poked in there. again, this is my kit, and then something like this isn't. So elements of my kit and then elements of paper that I found that I feel just fit. Yeah, that fit with the theme. Lovely tree again, and then again tried to fit in. So this one's got loads and loads of 3D on it, so it's really tactile. I believe in like people wanting to touch the journals and feel that 3D element on there. So there's very rarely journals that are completely, almost for want of a better word, like 2D experiences. I feel like the fabrics and the laces do bring that extra element to it, as well as the pictures. So we've also got mail elements in as well, which is a little bit different in this kit. So I have some kits that have mails in them. So my steampunk one has mails in it. I'm trying to think about others. There are a few others that do as well, but I think having mails in a kit is actually quite unusual, so I like that about this kit as well, that has the mail element in here as well. When I've used ribbons, I've tried to tie in the colours a little bit and the laces, so it's not what I call a pretty journal, but this lace is pretty. So again, blended like pretty with landscape. This is one that opens with sari silk. Oh, there we go. So there's nothing in that one, so I am going to do a letter to her. So tell her there's going to be a letter in here, which I haven't done yet. I'm sure she's curious to see what will be in it. I'll probably put it in this envelope here, seeing that it's one that seals. A letter, like a life letter really, like I say, you know, what I think about her personality, what she was born like, what I hope for her for the future. So I know it's a little bit morbid, but obviously she's, God willing, she's going to live a lot longer than me. And, sorry, swig of tea. I'd like her to be able to look back and remember that I made this for her. So regardless of whether she uses it or not, she'll look back, and hopefully that letter, there's all the beads that are in the center signature. So I use the strings, I leave them really long in the signatures, and then I add the beads on when I want it to be a, you know, a bling, an element of bling. And I think this journal needed that because I haven't blinged it much all the way through. So yeah, I put a letter in there for her. I've got lots of children, so I think sometimes it's nice for my children to have a personal element from me. There's just a completely blank page there she can write on. So I've got 5 birth children and I have 2 adopted sons, so I think it is nice to be able to talk about individual personality and, you know, what I love about her and what I hope for her for the future. So I'm hoping to put that in here. I'm hoping to give her this tomorrow actually, because it's my husband's birthday. I've just put these nice little sayings in here and open this out. Sorry, you can open this out with lots of little elements and textures. So adding in things like, you know, the sari silk, the material, the vellum. Again, just a nice touchy-feely little booklet there. And I'm going to say that my daughter is quite philosophical, quite open-minded. We're a Christian family. I think maybe she doesn't hold so much to that, but holds to her own worldview. So I've tried to, you know, bear that. Oh, there's another empty one there. I can put something else. Bear that in mind when I've made the journal, because this is about, it's for her. It's not, you know, what I would. Well, I'm not saying it's not what I would choose, but I've tried to make it fit with her personality as much as possible. So I think that's just the back there. So sometimes I'll put in individual elements of vintage ephemera, like real vintage ephemera. And I did put a French receipt in one of these envelopes. She said, oh, that's a bit random, Mum. I said, yeah, but where am I going to get Native American actual ephemera apart from that? It's going to be hard. So I've got Wordsworth books, like the real original kind of prints of them. So I'm going to put some elements of that original ephemera in. Sometimes it can be a bit ponky, the original ephemera, because it's old. So I'll choose wisely, because I think she'll keep this for many years. This one is more about, this is the Borrow's Omnibus. I pulled this out of a book that I was making into a journal. So this is real kind of vintage book in there. So, but what she can do, she can write on here, she can add stuff on top. I think once she gets into the fact that yes, it's pretty and it's precious, but it's to be used, then maybe she'll lose the fear of like adding in what she wants, because this is not for me to see. I don't need to see what she does with it. And if you ever do an order from me, you tell me what you want. What you do with it afterward. No, I think I got myself confused with this before. I think this is, there we go. Yeah, these are all vellum elements there, look up on there. What you do with the journals afterward, you know, how much you use them, how much you write on them, that is entirely up to you. I've got my daughter-in-law is using a Peter Rabbit one for my new grandson, and she put lots of photos in there, lots of messages to look back on. She's using it as like almost like a baby record memory keeper, which is a great idea. So nice little, this is an extra B clip that I had that I just wanted to give her. I knew she'd love that, and she did immediately see that. I think this is the one with the, oh no, it's just got a tag in there. So again, I've put all these different quotes in here for her, and then I've left her with some bits of ephemera, some bits of book page, bits of lace, some tags and stuff like that, and cardboard she can use. And often with the journals, when I've got stuff left over after I've made them, I'll include stuff that you can then use with journals as well, so you can get into kind of building up your own ephemera. It's a secret pocket there. Sometimes, sorry, that's just printed and stamped on the back. Sometimes, you know, you don't want people to see what you're writing. So for example, if anybody was to get hold of it, well, that might be a more secret element, as are the envelopes, where you're putting maybe things that, not that you'd expect anybody to coming to look in your journal if it was private, but you may want something to be really private, so therefore it's hidden in an envelope. So this is the receipt I was telling you about here, look. This is a real French receipt. And she's like, well, that's random. But I think when she realises it's not easy to get hold of these things, then later on she's gonna realise that's a little bit special. So I'll pop that in there. So this is 3 signatures, this journal, with a very wide spine. It allowed me to develop it without worrying about the book kind of having a gaiter mouth. But if I'm honest, if I show you now here, look, it could have taken 4 signatures, and it could have taken a lot more ephemera, a lot more bulking out. So I've played quite safe with it, but it's still it is still a big journal. And here we are again, signature. This one's got lots of beads on. It doesn't matter how many beads I put on each signature, because the whole lot hangs down and works together anyway. So a nice blank page there. It's gone really dark in here, so I hope I'm going to be able to edit this video to be a lot brighter than it currently is. This one's something a bit different colours, a bit more of a vintage look popped in, just so that we're not just doing samey. Sometimes I use stickers, especially if they fit with what I'm trying to achieve. Here's another original piece of ephemera. And another tag. This material kind of matched so well, which is why I've wrapped the journal in that. Whether she keeps the material, wraps it in that or not for the future, doesn't really matter. I'll put it in a bag for as well. It's very big to get in a box, and I don't need to post it, so I probably won't do that. Nice bit of blue just featuring, just something a bit different there. That one opens up, journaling on. What's in here? Nice card there, very 3D look on that one. I think the 3D elements probably won't last as long over the years, but they're really nice and tactile to have. So guys, that's the journal. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe if you've not found me before. Junk journaling is pretty much everything that goes on this channel if you're interested in it. Different types of junk journal though, small, big, medium, large, document style, you know, different types, so you get to see different types. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and as I say, if you want to contact me over anything, feel free to do so. You know, just let me know in the comments and I can contact you. We can talk about whatever you might want, and I'll see you soon.